tgmods.com. TGMods is one of the best store in what most would call a gamer's paradise. They have a great variety of cheats for games like Red Dead Redemption 2, FiveM, GTA 5, CS2, Rainbow Six Siege, recoveries, game accounts, Spotify accounts, and much more. All backed up with various payment methods to select from with an instant delivery service at the most cheapest prices out there. You can also join the Discord server with the links in the description for support, giveaways, and much more. Links to TGMods website and Discord server will be in the description, guys. Enjoy the video. What's up, guys? So today we're going to be checking out HxCheats, which is a FiveM PvP cheat. Previously we made a feature showcase, and now we're going to be doing a feature explanation rundown, while also explaining the risk factor of all features in its categories. So before we get right into it, I would like to explain there are 3 types of cheating. Depending on what you choose, the cheat should be configured accordingly. First up, we have closet cheating, and that is basically cheating with only visuals and nothing else. Second, we have legit cheating, where you use a combination of aimbot and visuals with some minimal options. And lastly, we have rage cheating, where you use every feature within the cheat. Now, of course, rage cheating is blatant and you will get banned sooner or later, as it often attracts attention from server admins, which leads to a server ban. So personally, I recommend to legit cheat unless you don't mind spoofing and buying accounts to bypass a ban every once in a while. Now that we're done with the explanation of types of cheating, let's get right into it. Heading right into the combat section and into the aimbot category, here we see a bunch of options for the aimbot where you can set a bind for it to work. Then you have the targeting system, which includes the type of body part, players or NPCs, and so on. Moving over to the bottom, we have silent aim and magic bullet, which personally, as I tested, silent aim is safe. However, magic bullet does pose a risk of an automated server ban. Last 2 options are visual based to view your aimbot working range. Moving over to the right side of the menu, we have customization options for the aimbot like smoothing, maximum distance, FOE, and so on. Next up, heading over into the triggerbot category, we have its toggle and a bind to set it to alongside with the delay option slider. Moving on, we have the last category being the weapons category of the combat section. Here we get a bunch of options for weapon modifiers like remove spread, remove recoil, infinite ammo, and so on, which are safe from my testing. However, these options do pose a risk as they are exploits. Getting on with the player section and into the self category, here we have many options that are self-reflected like God mode, invisibility, super jump, infinite combat roll, and so on. Moving over to the right, we have more options like no clip, free cam, fast run, and etc. All of these options are deemed as safe and are player reliable, which means you would only get banned if an admin sees you using this exploits. The last category being the players list, here we see all the players in proximity, and upon clicking on any of them, you get a bunch of options on the right side of the menu like teleport, steal vehicle, and some griefing options. These options are deemed as risky and usually would get you banned pretty quickly if the server has a good anti-cheat and or if a player reports to the admin. Next up, we have the visual section, and all of the categories within this are deemed as safe, and there would be nothing in here that can or will get you banned. Moving over to the player category, here you get a bunch of visual options like box, skeleton, health, name, and other types of ESP customization for your enemies. Moving over to the friend category, we have some more visual customization options for your friends or allies in game, which are much more limited but shares the same set of options from the player category. Heading right into the miss category, here we have some visual options that are locally based like cheat watermark info, bullet tracers, radar, spectators list, crosshair, and so on. Heading over to the last category being the vehicles category, we have some visual options for vehicles, which upon enabling will show you all the vehicles around you. Moving on to the miss section of the cheat, here we have 6 categories, of which are considered to be risky, as these are mostly exploits and entity spawners. I wouldn't recommend using this section if you are legit cheating, as most of these options are easily flagged by server anti-cheats. Heading right into the vehicles category, here we see all the vehicles in proximity, and upon clicking any of them you get a set of options to interact with them. Moving on, we have the vehicle options category, and these options applies to the vehicle you are currently using. Next up, we have the extra category, and the first two options are meant for certain PvE game modes, followed by some exploits like force fall, crash players, and kill players. Over to the right, we have enter solo session option. Heading right into the vehicle spawner category, here you get to spawn vehicles, and over to the right being a couple of option toggles. Next up, we have the weapon spawner category, where you get to spawn in any weapon you choose, with over to the right being some customization toggle options. Heading over to the last category being pet changers, here you get to change your character model. Over to the last section of HX, we have the config section, and in here you can create, save, load, and delete configs. Now let's get to the review part of HX. Personally, I recommend HX as a PvP cheat as its lifetime is affordable, plus it offers a spoofer for free. In my time of using HX, I received a single ban as shown, and that is due to my carelessness of leaving God mode on, not taking any damage while enemy was shooting me, while also not noticing admins were spectating me at the same time. Other than this one instance, which is purely my fault, I did not receive any bans while I was legit cheating, utilizing the aimbot and some of its features from the player section. With that being said, HX is a great option if you are into PvP, but outside of PvP, I would not recommend it as there are better alternatives like Yulin, Red Engine, and so on outside of PvP.
That you've been looking for quality killer G, customer service on point. He's the one that's got the market in a chokehold, no doubt. So don't get it twisted, don't get it wrong. TG Mods is the one, that's where you belong. The best reseller on the market today. TG Mods the name, but to this day